point when we had the primaries in Jos in March 1993. Yes, he had to bring in Major General Yaradua to persuade Atiku Abubakar to step down for MKO Abiola. But as for the general elections, you see, and that's what I want you to know. You cannot become a president if you don't have something. It's not just a question of course, there are accidental presidents, maybe somebody dies and then you move it. But in most cases, you would have been planning for it. You can see Atiku has been planning since 1993. He's here to get it. 1993. Since then, he's been planning. He's not been able to. Then you have an accidental president like Obasanjo who was in prison, and some people decided that, okay, they were going to bring him together and all, package something and bring him anyway. Or someone like Yaradua also, who was also packaged, and then, but in Abiola's case, he worked for it. He had touched every part of Nigeria. In fact, if they knew he was going to win, the election would not have held in the first instance. That's why they had to abort the baby after the baby had been born. That's what happened to MKO. They never, I can tell you, on June 9, 1993, Chief Abiola sent me to Austria to go and represent him. Chief Ganifa was getting the Bruno Kreisky Award in Austria. So I went in there, and the night on my way to the airport, I went to see Chief Abiola about 3 days to election, and the place was empty, unusually empty. And I asked Chief, what's going on? He said, oh, that he knows that he's being monitored by the government and that he wants to give them the impression that he cannot win the election. There was a man with him that night. He told me that he knew they sent him to come and spy on me, but I shouldn't worry. And then he gave me the letter for Chief Fawemi and the money to spend on my trip, and I left Nigeria. I can tell you that Chief Abiola has smartened them. They wanted to cancel the election. You forgot they went to court, even in the middle of the night. They did not want him at all. That's why, out of desperation, the election had to be aborted. I am telling you today that if you have a popular candidate who has done his own work very well and can lock down the South and lock down, now the North Central can go either way because people are angry because of the herdsman crisis and all that. Of course, you will always get some people in Northeast and Northwest. You will win. And you can see the case of Buhari. 3 times he couldn't win election because he couldn't cross those barriers. He had mad followership in the Northwest and the Northeast, but that was not sufficient enough for him to become the president of Nigeria. So that means that you cannot win. It's the North that puts you there. Trust me, I don't believe it. Mathematically, I don't believe it. But that is not what I said. And it's something that I have also done most of my life. Yes.
But that is not what I said. Egbon, I need you to listen to me again, and I'm going to say it again. I said that if the Northwest, listen to me carefully, please. If the Northwest and the Northeast collaborate with the Southwest, by their voting strength, they will always produce the president. Now, I'm not saying that the person has to be a Northerner or the person has to be, the person can be from anywhere. But by their voting power, if the Northwest and the Northeast collaborate with the Southwest, they will always produce the president. That's what I'm saying, and that's a mathematical fact.
Well, I can tell you for free that without the South-South, the Southeast, you're also missing a fact that Nigeria is divided between 2 major political parties. Today, you have APC and you have PDP. When Obasanjo ran, okay, Obasanjo was a Yoruba man who was not liked by the Yorubas. They didn't like the fact that he was being forced on them. In fact, he lost a lot of places in Yoruba land. But because the Republicans, okay, like who are now the PDP, because they had people, South today, forget about some governors cross-carpeting and running to the other party. They are still largely controlled by the PDP. You agree to that? Southeast is still largely a PDP affair. They are very strong in those areas, okay? So that's why I'm telling you that it's not just about Southwest and the North. controlling power all the time. Because what you are then saying is that an Igbo man will never be president of Nigeria. And so that brings me to the next question, but I don't want us to forget the trend. What do you think would happen between now and 2023? Do you foresee the same theory you are propounding now, that it will be a battle of the Northwest, Northeast, and Southwest combining against the rest?
Well, for 2023, what I see, my projection is this. There's this gentleman's agreement between the APC, between Muhammad Buhari and Bola Tinubu. And if they give their presidential ticket to Bola Tinubu and the PDP gives their presidential tickets to a northerner, it's going to be almost impossible for Bola Tinubu to win the election. Now, if the APC knows that, and they are not stupid, they will most likely want to give their tickets to a northerner. Because if they give their tickets to Bola Tinubu and the PDP gives their ticket to a northerner, it's almost certain that the PDP is going to win the election.
Please take that again.
Now,
take that again. I didn't get that, please. Can you take it again?
I'll take it again. Again. I said, my prognosis for 2023 is that there is a gentleman's agreement between Muhammadu Buhari and Bola Tinubu that after Muhammadu Buhari, Bola Tinubu will be next. Now, if the APC does that and the PDP gives their ticket to a northerner, a popular northerner, the PDP is likely to win that election. And the APC are not fools. They know that. So right now, they are in a quagmire. If you look at the statement that was made by Malam Boni just 3 days ago, when the governor of Cross River cross-carpeted to the APC, he said something, and a lot of people missed that. He said, look, anybody can contest for the APC ticket. Now, that's a slap in the face of Bola Tinubu. So you see, I look at the Southeast, for example, I really, really love the Southeast. And if you see a lot of my articles, because I mean, the ingenuity of people of Southeast origin, I mean, I really appreciate it a lot. I went to Unewi, I've seen what they can do. But in terms of real politics, except you have a situation, a 1999 situation whereby the rest of Nigeria, or rather the part that we said, okay, let's leave it. APC, PDP, you are both the parties that control the power structure of Nigeria. Both of you produce Igbo candidates, and nobody will be allowed to contest. Except they do that, I don't see. I mean, Igbo presidency is more or less going to be like a pipe dream. It's going to be like a pipe dream, So if you look at the real politics of it, right now, look at what happened during what's it called now? NSAS. Look at in the Southwest, being in Lagos, businesses in Lagos, they were putting big banners. This hotel does not belong to Tinubu. This bakery does not belong to Tinubu. This publishing house does not belong to Tinubu. And then buildings that belong to Tinubu, like the nation's publishing house, their printing press, were burnt. Other buildings were attacked. Tinubu is not that popular even in the Southwest as it used to be the case where he produced former President Buhari. What happened in 2014, 2015? Right now there's been so much damage by herdsmen. There's been so much damage by bandits. There's been so much nepotism by the Buhari administration that it has affected the popularity of Bola Tinubu in the Southwest. So the APC, they're going to be sitting, they're going to be thinking, they're going to be asking themselves that, look, what are we going to do if we give it to this man? There's a very, very big chance that we're going to lose to the PDP. And these people don't want to lose power. So I'm speaking in parables. I'm not going to say more than that.
So, but why are you limiting APC to Tinubu? There are other people in APC who are Southerners and who are from Southwest. Of course, you have the current Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo. Of course, you have the chairman of the Governors Forum, Dr. Kayode Fayemi. Of course, you have Ambode, former governor of Lagos State. You have Babatunde Raji Fashola. You have a lot of people from Southwest who are in APC. Yes, but I don't know why you are limiting it only to Tinubu, and you are not thinking that they could actually have a joker in the others?
Egbo Dele, I'm going to say this, and I you know how much I love you. You know
I
that,
love
right?
you too. You know that.
Okay, but Egbo Dele, I look at politics dispassionately. And the reason why I look at politics dispassionately is because I'm Ishekiri by tribe. You talked about Bayelsa being the smallest state. My tribe, Ishekiri, is the smallest tribe in Nigeria. And we are a very influential people because we understand our size. And because we are small in number, we remove completely emotion, we divorce emotion from how we play politics. In terms of voting, if we put an Ishekiri candidate, well, miracles can happen, but we are so small. How is it going to happen in a country like Nigeria that is tribal based? So that is the way I reason. I reason dispassionately and I reason unemotionally. If you take anybody in the Southwest for the APC, Bola Tinubu, and that person is not Bola Tinubu will undermine that person. It doesn't matter whether it is Vice President Yemi Osinbajo or Kayode Fayemi or Babatunde Raji Fashola, Bola Tinubu is set on becoming president. And if he doesn't get that ticket and the APC gives it to another person of Southwest origin, who is not Bola Tinubu himself will use his machine politics to undermine that person. That is my opinion.
I believe that Asiwaju Bola Tinubu is smarter than that. Trust me. I've worked closely with him now for some time, in almost 3 decades, and I know him. He is very smart. If he sees that there is no road ahead for him, trust me, he's a master tactician. He will align with somebody. It's better for him to have a protege of himself. It happened in the case of Osinbajo. Bola Tinubu wanted to be vice president. Everybody knew that. But he sacrificed his own at the end of the day when he realized that, okay, maybe at that stage, there were going to be some issues. And Buhari said, okay, pick some names. And then that was how Osinbajo emerged. But that's not even
That is not accurate.
And no,
that is not accurate.
I am telling you what I know.
No,
you were in
PDP.
I can tell you that that time.
It doesn't matter. I was a presidential spokesman. We had information about what was happening. Bola Tinubu did not sacrifice anything. No, they were not misinforming. Look, let me tell you, Bola Tinubu did not sacrifice anything. They had done their political calculations, and then they found out that if they had a Muslim ticket, they would not be able to win that election. And then Bola Tinubu was forced to abandon his ambition and then told to nominate the vice president.
But he did not sacrifice it because he was. But did he not support Osinbajo when he knew it didn't go anywhere? And so you are confirming what I said.
I am in agreement with you.
Okay,
I'm in agreement with you. But what you said is that he sacrificed. No, Bola Tinubu did not sacrifice.
That is still a sacrifice. Politics. Like you said it will go against the person. But I'm giving you an example of when it did not go against the person. You said it will go again, and I'm telling you today, as a matter of fact, that if Tinubu sees that there is no road ahead for him, because there could still be the same argument of this Muslim ticket, I think it has become a very volatile issue. So he would rather have one of his own proteges than losing out completely. Who will he support if he doesn't support his own protege? That's what I'm saying. I tell you, that's one. What about this theory that the South, and I'm talking about the entire South, must insist that the two political parties must agree to power coming to the South? That's phase one. Phase two is that in the South, fortunately, one side is pro-PDP, another side is pro-APC. So let the Southwest that is pro-APC produce a Southern candidate from Southwest, while the South and Southeast that are pro-PDP would have a candidate from there. How about that? Southwest APC candidate, Southeast PDP candidate.
It's a good idea, but we are talking about politics and power. Nobody, look, the reason why they did that in 1999 is because General Ibrahim Babangida, Ibrahim Gusso, and General Abdulsalami Abubakar were afraid that Nigeria was going to break up. And the North, I mean, it might upset you if you're a Northerner and you're watching this, but the North is economically tied to the South, and they didn't want the breakup of Nigeria, so it was a sacrifice. Now, except you are going to have that same
So you are
scenario
saying they will now permanently
they are afraid of it.
The president of Nigeria. You think after Buhari, the South will be at peace with that again? That they will just accept?
That's not what I'm saying. No, please don't put words.
I want you to say it very well, sir.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, you asked a specific question and you said that what if APC in the Southwest produce one Southern candidate and then PDP in the South and Southeast produces another Southern candidate. I said, look, that is like almost nursery school that, okay, I will do like this and you will do like that. No, that's not how politics work. Power, this is power. Everybody wants power. Nobody's going to give it to you. So you have to, this is what they call real politics. You have to strategize. And when you look at the strategy in place right now, as far as I'm concerned, I would prefer to have the best president, the best president of Nigerian origin. And if you ask me, if you're going to ask me, who do I think will make the best president, I would say, and it's going to upset a lot of people, but I would say Peter Obi. Peter Obi will be an absolutely fabulous president. If Peter Obi were president of Nigeria, Nigeria will be like Dubai in a matter of years. But I am a realist. I'm a pragmatic person. The way I see what's happening, look, the APC right now, they are struggling to say, look, how are we going to come out from this gentleman's agreement? Because if we give this thing to Bola Tinubu and the PDP give their tickets to a Northerner, look, they are going to get it.
Well, as I said, I still disagree with that. Unless you could see what happened last week when the Southern governors, for the first time, came together and said, no, enough of this open grazing. We are not going to allow it. You see, it's because people feel so docile. People feel so squeamish. And there is this master-servant relationship between the North and the South. And that is why you would think in a party where without the Tinubus, there would have been no Buhari. Buhari tried 3 times. He had CPC, he was in AMPP, he went around the country. He could not win. So why would you tell me that you cannot produce a Southern candidate in the 2 parties? At any rate, I'll move to the next one. There is this agitation right now. There is Biafra nation, there is Yoruba nation, and all. What is your attitude to all this agitation? Because some people don't even want to hear all these stories we are talking about the next election. They don't believe there'll be an election. And I'm talking about highly placed people in the South. They are not interested at all.
Well, here's the thing, the issue with the Yoruba nation and then the Biafra nation is if Nnamdi Kanu had the kind of personality that Sunday Igboho had, I can see that it's going to be a possibility. If Nnamdi Kanu, but you see, Nnamdi, these people, I know how. They can be very, very militant, and I know they're going to attack me. But you see, Sunday Igboho is willing to suppress his ego. Sunday Igboho is willing to work with Nnamdi Kanu and the Biafran people. He's very, very willing. And Sunday Igboho is someone that I respect a lot. But if you look at some of the comments by Nnamdi Kanu and some of the things he says, it is very, very upset people in the Oduduwa nation, people in Sunday Igboho's camp. If Nnamdi Kanu can try to be doing and don't mind the thing that the British put together, like Nigeria, 3 artificial nations that the first to be together that were a bit incompatible. And those 3 nations were India, Sudan, and Nigeria. Those 3 nations, India broke up Pakistan and Bangladesh. Then Sudan broke up. Sudan broke up into Sudan and Southern Sudan. Nigeria is the only country left of those two countries that the British put together artificially that were kind of incompatible. And so there is that possibility that the Oduduwa nation, Sunday Igboho is somebody that is highly, highly underrated. The man is very, very intelligent, knows how to suppress his ego in place of his policy, his strategy, and his principles. I don't see Nnamdi Kanu having that. I'm not saying that I'm against you. Don't come and attack me.
No, I've never known you to be afraid.
No, the day, listen to this, the day that I counseled Nnamdi Kanu, I said, look, mind the things that you say, that there are people that want to support you. There are people that have sympathy for you. But when you keep on saying all these things, that if you go to a church, a Yoruba church, if you go to Redeem, you are an idiot. When you begin to say all these kind of things, that it will alienate you from people who want to support you. That day, I got death threats. I got so many people sending me emails. I mean, I didn't like that, and I'm not afraid of death,
No.
But I would rather not go into that.
No, I can tell you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has really, really come a long way. If you have faced the kind of fire he has faced, you become fully radicalized. I've had occasion to interview him, and we've interacted briefly, and I believe he has actually improved on his PR. His PR is solid. Trust me, his PR right now is solid. Yes, occasionally he can get angry, but you can't blame anybody getting angry over Nigeria. Nigeria is a mess. Anybody will get angry. But I can tell you that in Nnamdi Kanu, there have been 2 occasions I invited him on impromptu basis to join his Zoom, where we're doing a golden handshake between the Southwest and the Southeast, and he came on both occasions. And he was very mild-mannered. He even apologized when I challenged him on a video that was released during the EndSARS, where they were telling people to go and attack in Lagos and all that. And he said he won't do that again, and he has not done it ever since. I can tell you there are people who are very close to him, and they talk to him all the time.
If he can maintain,
I can tell you that he is a much more focused, much more matured person today. I can tell you, even in one of his broadcasts, he said in there that if he still believed in Nigeria, he would support Modu for president. And I said, I'm not interested in any presidency or anything. I just want to face my job. That's why I'm talking to you. So, but I can tell you that a few of us, we will do everything possible to make sure that this new relationship, especially in the South, works. I'm not interested in any political office. Let me say that, because people always think, hey, everybody is interested in political office. No. But I can tell you that he's doing very well, and we will continue to encourage him. No human being is perfect. No human being is perfect.
Let me just end this on this note, is that Nnamdi Kanu is someone that has achieved what nobody has achieved in Nigeria. Now, some people talk about Ojukwu. Yes, Ojukwu was a military governor appointed by Ironsi, and so he had a platform. Nnamdi Kanu did not have a platform. He built his own platform by himself. And then he has gotten to almost, like mythical status in the Southeast. Now, if as what you're saying, he has grown and then he has disciplined himself, and he's not going to make some kind of comments that will alienate other people in the South. Honestly speaking, I see him and Sunday Igboho collaborating with Gani Adams. Look, there's no telling where things can go. In fact, they might be the people that might actually force these parties to say, okay, we have to restructure. Even if we cannot give, even if we cannot have a southern president, but we must restructure. Otherwise, this country is not going to survive.
No, I can tell you for free that both Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Chief Sunday Igboho Adeyemo, they have passed the stage of restructuring. So don't let's waste our time on that. They have passed. And my prayers are always with them. You see, because they know why they are saying enough. This is not the first time people are talking about restructuring. This is not the first time people are complaining about the injustice in Nigeria. So maybe some of us who still talk Nigeria were the foolish ones. So I'm willing to give that to them, that at least they have the courage of their conviction. They are very convinced that, look, you guys are wasting your time, and we must not discourage anybody. Everything is possible on the table right now. Anything is possible. So if you and I are not ready to join them on the streets or in the trenches, we should not be the ones to discourage them.
Please. I will urge you maybe to not frame it that way. I did not discourage them. I encouraged them. I said, this is what I said. I encouraged them, and I said that if Mazi Kanu can move beyond some of the things that he said in the past, that it will go a long way. And then you said that he has told that he's moved beyond that, and I agree. So if he's done that,
I listened to his recent interview with the Ugandan journalist in Kenya. It was absolutely fabulous. Go on. Yeah, go on, please.
No, but that's the thing. Now we don't have to overflow this now. What I'm saying is that since you are saying that he has grown beyond that, then we are on the same page. I did not say anything against him. I said that as long as he can measure himself and not say things that will alienate. I mean, if you have a leader like that, and then you cannot really help him to say, okay, these are the parts where you might be erring, you're not helping him. I'm not discouraging him at all. Not at all. I'm not discouraging him at all. And I'm glad that you have said that, okay, he's moved beyond that. It's a good thing. Now, we can now move on. You know, there's me and you, there's no disagreement. We are on the same page.
Okay. Now, yes, I just wanted us to touch the different areas. Those who want restructuring, those who want election in 2023, those who want Yoruba Nation, those who want Biafra. I just wanted us to be able to touch some of these things. Then there are those who feel that, despite our challenges, we should still try to manage this marriage, no matter how inconvenient it is. And they are saying, why are we limiting ourselves to PDP, APC? For me, I am very practical. Politics is a game of mathematics. And there is no question about that. And even in America, you are going to have two mainstream political parties. And that's why even Donald Trump, with all his money, he had to hijack the Republican Party. But in Nigeria, people are speaking of a third force. People are talking about the younger people. I'm still having this argument with my very good friend, Professor Kingsley Moghalu, who I believe will make a fantastic candidate. But Kingsley is saying he does not want to be in APC or PDP. But how would he be able to win an election if you don't have a big platform to work with? You need the platform. So do you think a third force is possible?
Well, I disagree with you there that it's about APC and PDP and you need them. You really don't. And I'm going to prove it to you. Like I said, I deal with these things dispassionately. If you look at the 2011 election, you had Muhammadu Buhari, and within a matter of 8 months, he had built a new party from the scratch because he had problems with the All Nigeria People's Party. He built the CPC with a man called Buba Galadima. They built it. It was Buhari and Buba Galadima, and they were able to go far. They were able to secure 12 million votes. So it's not about parties. In the PDP and in the APC, it is individuals who make these parties. I'll give you a very good example. In the APC, two individuals are strengthening and propping up that party. That's Muhammadu Buhari and Bola Tinubu. So it's about individuals. The same thing you can talk about that in the PDP. In the PDP, there are three individuals who are really propping up that party. In the PDP, three individuals. I don't want to mention their names because it might.
Why not? You have to mention them. If you mention the APC,
okay,
you must mention yours. Yes,
I will mention. I will mention their names. In the PDP, Wike, Atiku, and Saraki are the three individuals who are using their personality to build up that party.
How can you leave your boss?
No. The reason why I left my boss out is because my boss is above party. My boss is like President Obasanjo. He is above party. My boss is Nigeria.
Oh, they still go to him to have PDP consultations.
No. You are not getting me right. My boss is above party. My boss is Nigeria. There are people in the APC who are willing to vote for my boss in their millions. There are people in the PDP who are willing to vote for my boss in their millions. My boss is above APC, PDP. My boss is a political force on his own. Goodluck Jonathan has demonstrated by force of character that he is a political force on his own.
Before we come to your boss, let's continue where we were about the third force. We will come to your boss.
So what I'm saying there is
that I will speak about your boss. Yes.
So what I'm saying there is that if you are able to gather the individuals who can mobilize people, then it is those individuals that will give you the numbers you're looking for. Forget about a platform or a party. No. I'll give you a very good example. Now, let's talk about the United States. In the United States, the Republican Party has surrendered almost to Donald Trump, even though he lost the election. The Republican
why didn't he run on his own without the party? Why didn't he go as an independent candidate? Why did they have to use their structure?
No, you're not getting me. You're not getting me. And I need you to understand me, because sometimes I say something and then you misunderstand me. You try to look. I'm not saying that you need a party, but in that party, it is individuals that make that party. So what I'm saying there is that for this third force, if you're not thinking in terms of party, look at what Emmanuel Macron did in France. Emmanuel Macron with a black girl, I forgot where the girl is originally from. I think she might be from Cameroon, but I can't really remember. But I'm pretty sure it's Cameroon. Emmanuel Macron with this black girl who was a strategist. They came, and then without a party, they just had a movement. And then look at what has happened. It's brought Emmanuel Macron to power. So that's the thing. It is people that make a party. It's not a party that make people. And we see the same thing with in Germany. In Germany, Angela Merkel's party was not a very powerful party 16 years ago during the time of Helmut Kohl. But then they had individuals that came in, and then they brought her because she was very, very popular. She was very popular in the former Eastern Bloc, and then they brought her, and she made that party what it is, and now right now she's become the longest serving female leader in Europe. So what I'm saying there is that if somebody like Kingsley Moghalu wants to build a third force, he shouldn't be thinking about party. He should be thinking about individuals. Then those individuals will go in and then hijack a party, maybe like the Labour Party. Maybe like but you think about the individuals that can give power to a party. I hope I've made myself clear.
Yes, then let me also make myself clear. I was a presidential candidate in 2011, and I was under the same illusion that it was possible for me to hijack the Labour Party, galvanize the workers of Nigeria into a workers' platform and everything. It's not as simple as that, sir. The structures for Buhari to win, you yourself said it, that he had CPC, he was the ANPP, he was everything. Don't forget, he was former head of state. Don't forget, he had some powerful people who were supporting him. He did not win. So I didn't. Allow me to finish. Okay. Let me finish. Now, for him to win, he had to come into a larger party. He didn't stay within CPC and so yeah, Tinubu come and join me there. This one come and no. He had to go into some other parties. And some people had to fund him. And I'm not talking some of the people he would have called bad guys in those days. He faced reality. He realized that a good man or a saint will never win without sinners. So he had to bring in people and they started spending money. Saraki,
Are you saying that
Amechi,
Buhari is a
Tinubu.
good man?
He said what?
Are you saying that Buhari is a good man?
No, I said at least in quote, at that time, he was the last saint standing. And everybody else was regarded as sinners. But he took those sinners for him to become president. That's why I'm telling you that Kingsley Moghalu and co, number one, 2 years is too short a time for anybody to build a third fort. That one, I can place a bet on it. It's impossible. You will